If you like betting Major League Baseball totals, boy, do we have a menu for you on this show today. 3 totals that you should be betting on Wednesday, and all different variations of totals betting. I'm really looking forward to this show, including a total on the Pirates Brewers. Normally, why the hell would you care about Pirates Brewers? Well, it's Paul Skeens versus Jacob Mizorowski. Maybe the premier pitching matchup so far of 2025, if I do say so myself. Mark Zinno, as we bring you in here.
Guess what, Brian Power?
Please tell me.
We officially have a winning streak.
I told you.
Officially have a winning streak. 2 in a row for yours truly. I know my half of the double play yesterday was horse poo. I mean, yes, Luis Severino, who's 0.93 road ERA, and Tariq Skubal, 7 runs or whatever it was, 11 runs in the first 3 innings. Dead on arrival.
Wasn't on my bingo card.
No, it wasn't on mine either. And thanks to the guy on Twitter who wanted to remind me of how bad of a play that was. Yeah, because, that's what you always do. You bank on Tariq Skubal to give up 4 runs in his start. That's what we always do. But anyway,
But look, let's not bury the lead. Okay, let's talk. You were a winner on $5 Tuesday.
I was.
Kansas City, Tampa Bay under, I believe was the play, correct? Under, yes. I unfortunately
hit at all.
Especially at home. I believe they're dead last. They are dead last.
Yes, WRC plus. It's terrible.
We will be talking about a team that is dead last in scoring overall later in this program. But I would like to start out by mentioning, unfortunately, I did not get it done on $5 Tuesday. The Philadelphia Phillies. I think I was the only human being walking the streets of this fine country that bet on the Phillies today. This is the Astros took money all day. I'm going to justify it like this, just like I justify the rep. In a matchup of Suarez and Valdez, Valdez at home deserved to be the favorite. I'd rather take Suarez and the Phillies, though, at plus 130 than the Astros at the price they were getting dealt at. So, and it was a 1-0 final.
And that's the thing, right?
Heartbreak, And the Phillies had a guy thrown out at home. Oh, by the way. So
it's just one of those bad results, because if you would have told me that the Phillies were only going to give up 1 run the whole game, you would have felt like that lineup
I would have felt pretty good.
2 or 3 easily. And it didn't happen. So
I take the blame for that loss because I jumped in the shower after my other play, the Texas Rangers, which was given out for free here on this program yesterday, won. So it was a slightly because I had 2 underdogs overall on the card. If you're a subscriber, we did win one of them. So ever so slight profit with the split, but my apologies to those who are only on the Phillies.
Show best bet cash as the Red Sox held a 1-0 lead after 5 tonight. So we got that.
It did. I'd get closer than I would have anticipated.
I told you, again, it's really hard for me to play anything other than Red Sox team total unders. Like they without Devers, they are not going to score. I don't think. What is their?
Can I tell you something that I don't think you want to hear?
Okay, go ahead.
I think I kind of want to not write the Red Sox off.
Okay, I'm not saying write them off. I think there's just going to be a major adjustment period to them. Figuring out what life is like without them.
I know the sky is falling in Boston. I know they're very upset that the team is not spending more money. But I don't know. They profiled kind of as a playoff team at the time of the trade. It was a very strange trade. I think it was a salary dump, and that's.
It was also, they pissed him off in the beginning of the year after his 0-for-19 start, and they told him he needed to be benched, and he gave them the big middle finger and said, "No, I'm not. You're not benching me." And that was the beginning of the end of that relationship.
Well, I've been there before. All right, let's talk about Wednesday's Major League Baseball card. Mark Zinno, you are taking us to the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
A place that I took the program to a couple days ago. I had a winner, if you remember my half of the double play a couple days ago, was Arizona White Sox full game over 9. It hit because the Diamondbacks scored all 10 runs in that game. They won 10-0. So no thanks to the White Sox. You, Mark Zinno, a learned man, have decided, let's leave the White Sox out of the equation and just bet Arizona to score some runs here on Wednesday.
Yeah, look, Sean Burke, who starts for Chicago, got better numbers at home than he does on the road. He's actually probably one of their more reliable starters. But if you look at some of the games that he's pitched this year and the opponents that he's gotten at home, you're talking about teams that are in the bottom 10 in offensive output on the road this year. St. Louis is bottom 10. Texas is bottom 10. Weak hitting lineups like Miami, the Athletics. I mean, these are the teams and the Twins. These are the teams that he's had a chance to face at home. He's been fortunate in that aspect. Arizona is one of the best hitting teams on the road this year in Major League Baseball. They're 6th in batting average, 4th in OPS, and 4th in WRC plus. They don't strike out a lot. It's not that Burke is a high K rate pitcher either, so we don't really have to worry about that. But it was weird because yesterday the White Sox did one of those starter reliever for an inning and then bring in another guy to pitch. I don't know why Major League managers are doing this. What's wrong with starters that they can't actually, just pitch from the beginning of the game? But nonetheless, we get Sean Burke here and we get a below average White Sox bullpen to put up over 4.5 runs from one of the better lineups in baseball here. So I know they scored 10 in the first game. They scored 4 last night. And I actually think this game is going to be more high scoring than people think. I don't think Zach Gallen is going to be all that great, which is why I'm hesitant to play Arizona here. Like, I really also don't want to play the White Sox plus 1.5 because it's like the White Sox always have the ability to just not hit the damn ball. Mm-hmm. So, you look at Gallen, his numbers have been terrible all year long. He's given up 17 home runs so far in 16 starts. So it was tough for me to back them, but I didn't want to take Arizona's lineup out of this whole thing without find a way to play them without taking their lineup out of the equation. So we get a 8.5 here for the total for the game, which gets us at 4.5 for the Diamondbacks. I think we have all 9 at bats here. And again, if they can touch up Burke early, get him out of there, then we got more bullpen stuff to worry about with the White Sox. And that always puts us in a plus spot here. So we'll go Arizona over 4.5 total runs for my half of the double play.
All right. Smash that like button if you agree. The Diamondbacks scoring a lot of runs at the White Sox expense. I am going to talk about a game where I don't think there's going to be many runs scored, Mark Zinno. And guess what? The odds makers don't think there's going to be a lot of runs scored in this game either. And the odds makers are absolutely correct. Pirates, Brewers, more like Skeens versus Mizorowski. I am very excited to watch this game, 2:10 Eastern.
You usually like
MLB Network.
Skeens.
What's that?
You usually like to play against him. Don't you? You usually fade Paul Skeens.
Well, Paul Skeens is typically a little bit overvalued.
Yes, that was my
I think because here's the problem is Paul Skeens is very good, but look at the Pirates' 1-loss record with him on the mound. The issue is the Pirates are a very bad baseball team, and that's part of the handicap here. I don't know how there's going to be. I can't wait to. What's the first 5 inning with these 2 starters in and what they've been doing? I don't think there's going to be any runs early in this game. Mizorowski, for those of you who have missed it, I've played on him in each of his first 2 starts. He's given up 1 hit in 11 innings.
That seems pretty good.
And he's facing a Pirates lineup that, in case if you were unaware, is dead last in Major League Baseball in scoring. I don't think the Pirates are going to do very good against Mizorowski. Similarly, something we have talked about on this program many times before, Mark Zinno, the Brewers score a lot more on the road than they do at home.
Mm-hmm.
This pitching showdown takes place at American Family Field in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. I think Paul Skeens, who is one of the best pitchers in baseball and always does his job, it's his teammates that don't pick him up. They don't score runs for him, and then the bullpen usually blows it late. I don't think the Brewers are. This game is going to. There is a very strong chance this game could be 0-0 through 5 innings. Very strong.
Milwaukee is bottom 3 in batting average, OPS, and WRC plus at home. They have the 2nd worst batting average at home this year, only behind. They are tied for last in batting average with Seattle and the Angels at home this year at 221.
Yeah. And so even with these, look, they're not both pitching complete games. Obviously, that just doesn't happen anymore. Okay. But even with these bullpens, I just do not see how these 2 teams are getting 7 runs tomorrow afternoon.
I mean,
Give me under 6.5 all day on this. I mean, and furthermore, I want to make a comment. By the way, I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing when I went on that Indiana Pacers rant a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you're paying attention, if you keep track of my wardrobe or not. So here's a hot take for you. If you're not rooting for the under in this game, I think you're un-American.
Oh, okay.
I just think you're not a baseball fan.
I'll root for the under.
If you're not rooting for the Pirates and Brewers hitters to be bamboozled, fooled, bewildered, and just strike out at will, I don't think you like baseball.
Okay.
Speaking of being un-American,
I can give you a list of people who are un-American and probably not rooting for the under here. If you
okay, well, we don't need to go into that right now. Okay, what we are going to go into is how our fine viewers should do the American thing and take advantage of WagerTalk's 4th of July blowout, Mark Zinno. See what I did there? Because right now you can get a 7-day all access for just $69, or flex picks for that matter for just $69. Favorite WagerTalk handicapper, it's less than $10 a day. You get every play from the handicapper your choice for $7 or for 7 days. Not to brag, not to boast. I am on a.
But you are going to brag and you are going to boast. So thank you for setting it up that you weren't going to do it, even though you were going to do it.
Number 1 all sports last 30 days. Number 2 for the year now, Mark Zinno. Number 2 for the year.
That's me. So I, good for you. I mean, but folks, that's the guy you go follow right now. Go get him.
Seeing it well.
Was that really necessary with the hand gestures? Does that?
No, but I wanted to add something.
Don't you do it this way? I don't even know if I can get my hands in that position anymore.
I don't know either, to be honest with you. What are we doing? This is one of the
screen with both of us like this.
Screenshot. There you go. All right.
Oh, you missed it anyway.
But I have some bad news actually for the client, for our viewers. What's that?
You spoke to my ex-wife?
No.
Oh.
It's not that bad. I may be passing on Wednesday. I know when I'm doing this well, you guys want plays each and every day. I have looked. I'll be rooting for that under. That's the first thing that jumped out of mind. But in terms of the client plays, the premium selections, it may be a pass for me. I love the way Thursday's card is shaping up, not only in Major League Baseball, but in the FIFA Club World Cup. So it may be a bigger than normal card for Thursday, but Wednesday, check back to WT.buzz/BP. It will be no more than one play.
By the way, you know who's pitching today or tonight, rather?
Please
for
tell
the first time this year? Max
Scherzer for Toronto. Yes.
Yeah.
After the Blue Jays hit by the way, I gave out the Blue Jays on the Power 5 on Tuesday to beat the Guardians. As soon as the Blue Jays hit that grand slam, my dad texted me, Dolan's should sell the team. I got that text from him.
Oh.
I mean, he's living and dying with Guardians baseball at the end of June. God bless him.
Is it Gardo all the time for him?
I don't know. It isn't. He doesn't want he's not Gardoing anymore. He wants the Dolans out.
Out?
Yes, he wants them to sell the team. That grand slam was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Still need to sit down and drink beers with your old man and watch a sporting event.
I don't think he's probably asleep now at this point, but whatever. Or still asleep, but whatever.
Could we just mention one more thing real quick?
I shudder to think.
I mean, the Mets lost again yesterday to the Braves. They've lost 5 straight to the Braves. How come you're not all over playing the Mets today?
I don't love the price. I'll be honest with you. Again, what did I say? Thursday's card perhaps shaping up well. If the Mets are facing a 4-game sweep.
Oh, they play again? It's a 3-game sweep. So that's what you're waiting for.
I'll be honest with you. I'll probably play the Mets if they lose again on Wednesday.
They get one of their – see, here's the interesting part about that. Griffin Canning is a fade right now.
I told you I was not a Griffin Canning believer.
I know, the miraculous start that he had is long gone. That feels like an over game, to be honest with you, as we look at it.
Mark Zinno giving you bonus content here.
I mean, I feel like Clay Holmes may be the Mets' best chance to win this thing against. I don't even know who Didier Fuentes is. Didier.
I wonder if he's related to Daisy Fuentes. Remember her, the old MTV VJ? She was a looker back in the day.
Yeah.
She was some good early 90s eye candy.
I mean, I saw something like Kurt Loder is now like 75 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
I felt really old.
I'm surprised he's still doing well. Like I think financially, I'm surprised. Like for a 10-year run of MTV News, like I mean, he's still be doing well. I wonder what he does.
What's her face from MTV? Kennedy is now she's on Fox News.
Yeah, she's got a little off.
DJ to Fox, like weird pivot.
Yeah, it really was. Well, I don't know. The VJ business doesn't pay well in the year 2025.
It's a ED business.
If you're a doctor, I believe it does, but
if you're a fan of penicillin, yes, it pays quite well.
A fat dose of penicillin. I don't know anything about that, but I do know that Chase Burns, what a debut it was last night for the Cincinnati Reds. First 6 guys he got out on your New York Yankees, all strikeouts. He struck out Aaron Judge in the first inning. And the Reds would go on to win that game 4-3. I'll bring up another winner on the Power 5. I said, let's leave the unknown commodity of Chase Burns out of the equation, Mark Zinno, and let's play the Reds team total over 3.5. It took a few extra innings to get there, but we did.
Uh-huh.
So here's how I'm going to tee this up to you.
Yeah.
It took them what? They only scored 7 runs in 11 innings last night. So we're going to take the first 5 under between the Yankees and Reds.
Yeah,
on
which
Wednesday.
is kind of crazy because
best bet.
This game is odds makers think runs are going to be scored. Like there's going to be a breakout here because they have a 9.5 total in this game. Although it's juiced to the under, which is crazy with Max Fried on the mound, right? Like in theory, Fried is their stopper. He's got a 0.5 ERA, a 0.96 WHIP. He's been very, very good all year long. And you know what the Cincinnati Reds can't do? We've said this over and over and over again. Tell the people, Brian Power, what the Cincinnati Reds can't do.
Well, they can still blast off fireworks in a torrential downpour because I was at the ballpark for that, but they cannot hit left-hand pitching.
No. They have the third lowest batting average against lefties this year. So this would be a tough spot here for the Reds, who have kind of feasted on Yankee pitching over the first 2 games. Brady Singer is good enough at home. But again, the Yankees lineup is god-awful. It is so bad right now. I wish I could read you the text I got from a fellow Yankee fan. But I'll cover it up. Yanks, never mind, I can't cover it up. There's no way I can actually get through that text in PG manner. He just said
differential in the sport.
He said their offense blows. You figure out the rest of the euphemism that he was aiming towards.
Still have the best run differential in the sport, even though you want to rip the Yankees.
I don't know how.
It's easy. They've scored a lot more runs than their opponents.
Well, thank you. I thank you for very much being Mr. Obvious there and letting everybody know that. But just not an offense you can trust right now. Like nobody's hitting. The start that Paul Goldschmidt had, what I tell you, I think he's batting under 200 in the month of June. Bellinger's only batting like under the Mendoza line, like 215. And Judge is slowing down because what's his face from Seattle? Cal Raleigh now leads the American League in home runs.
He does.
So yes, it feels like the spot where the Yankees break out after 2 bad offensive performances, but I don't trust them. Brady Singer's good enough at home to take care of 2/3 at least of the Yankees lineup. And he's holding opponents to a 181 batting average at home this year. So he's been more lucky than anything else. And not only that, he's done a decent job of keeping the ball in the ballpark this year. And that's the one way the Yankees score runs is hit home runs. So I think we're in good shape here in the hitter's park. Let's go first 5 under Yankees Reds for our show best bet.
It's a best bet, and you should smash that like button if you agree. Comment down below with your thoughts on today's selections.
Yes.
I will. Yes, sir.
Somebody got mad in the comment section that I asked people for plays. I'm curious to know what you guys are on. I think
please comment down below and let us know what you're on, fine viewers.
Remind everybody that we are now like a nationwide podcast.
I just remembered that I'd forgotten to say that we are now available in case if you have been under a rock. The Morning Wager now available on all major podcasting platforms: Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify. We're there.
You can get this anywhere now. Like this,
Joe Rogan is already number 2 on Spotify. That's what I heard. That's my industry sources.
Well, I'm sure Joe Rogan is worried about us, but much like the clap, you can now get this show anywhere.
Is there something you would like to share with us? Because that's 2 STD jokes you've made inside of 3 minutes.
We're on the tee. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't have an STD.
Thank you for sharing. I believe you. All right. Anyway, I was like, please.
How about
please. I had a point in all this. Oh yeah, I wanted to go back to Pirates Brewers for a minute, because you had talked about, the Reds have been scoring against the Pirates. The first 2 Pirates Brewers games have been shockingly high scoring. So I think that only, for me with the 2 pictures, that emboldens me more in towards liking that under. So just to recap the show today, our halves of the double play. Mark liked Arizona's team total over 4.5 against the White Sox. I liked Brewers Pirates under 6.5, and then show best bet Yankees Reds.
First 5
under. Again, you can go to WT.buzz/MZ. He's on a streak.
I believe that site is back up and working again.
He's on a streak. He's won back-to-back plays to begin the week. WT.buzz/BP. 2 and 2 to start the week there. But we are on a 38-20 run overall. Number 1 last 30 days. Number 2 for the year as well.
If you go all the way back to Monday, I'm 2-0.
That is true. You have a better record than me since Monday.
Hardly not, but yeah, since Monday. Yeah,
you do. Yes. You do. 2-0 versus 2-2. But there you go. And combined, we're 4-2. That's 67%.
That's good. That's good. We're in a good
place. All right. That is going to do it
for
the morning wager. Thank you all for paying attention. Thank you all for checking us out.
I hope we got to the plays quick enough for the people who have no patience.
Okay. All right. You made your point yesterday. A reminder, though, please click subscribe because it does keep the content free. That's been well documented.
But click it anyway.
We'll click it and we'll stay free. We promise. All right.
Get at it.
Zinno.
Chances high or low.